All right, people, we back again. This time, I'm going to give another reaction, right? Original content creator is Muhammad. And this video is TikTok art community furious after artist sells invisible art for $18,000. So, like always, pure reaction. And let's get into it.
In their favorite app were shocked, dumbfounded, and every other appropriate word synonymous with surprised after they found out an artist sold what looks to be a box of literally nothing for thousands of dollars and got away with it.
Non vedete qui
The
accanto
sculpture you don't see
è il
here
mio autoritratto.
is my self-portrait.
È molto simile a me.
An invisible statue that doesn't actually exist for more than $18,000.
Technically, anything can be considered art.
And people bought it because whoever bought it is the smartest person in the world.
But this latest piece of artwork has people scratching their heads.
Someone just paid $18,000 for an invisible.
I mean, imagine how heavy that was to move the sculpture from that place to the person's home. Must have took hours.
Sculpture was created by an Italian artist, and yep, the sculpture does
Had to
not
be Italian.
actually exist.
It's
Back-
beautiful,
It was
though.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah.
It is
It was
anything
an
you want it
African
to be.
artist or Asian artist. Or this can't be real. Yo, man, this is all fake, man. It's all publicity, news. They just pulling everybody's leg. They got nothing to report. $18,000 of nothing. Just give me $18,000. I could do a lot with that. Pay off my student loans.
Oh my
Instead of just
God,
paying on
dog.
something that don't exist.
Oh, man, what the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy.
How can you buy an invisible sculpture? Imagine buying air for $13,000. Isn't that money laundering? No way you can explain this
Tax write-offs. Yeah, now you onto something. You said it, Bill Walker. You said it.
to me.
Exactly what
Not
that
even
is.
spiritually. Our star
We got so much money that we just we need some tax write-offs there. Oh, they should have made 130,000. Like we want the IRS to not knock on our doors.
of the day and will-be chief master of persuasion is none other than Italian artist Salvatore Garro, who has somehow wound up in the spotlight these past few weeks after news of him selling an invisible sculpture for thousands of dollars resurfaced the internet.
See, hey, at least it's not AI. This is worse than AI. It's literally nothing.
Yet again, people on TikTok, Twitter,
I guess seeing is no longer believing.
and every other social media platform have all been left stunned and confused as to how this could have happened, wondering if it was even possible to sell an invisible piece of art in the first place, and claiming it was all just a ploy by the rich and elite of society to launder money and escape the authorities. You see, a few years ago, artist Salvatore Garro exhibited and later sold
Literally, he's carrying nothing with pink gloves. It's so theatrical. Man. I'm carrying it right now, people. I got the $18,000 sculpture. It is so heavy. Using the force like Star Wars. I'm doing the Kamehameha. Like, this is crazy.
his artwork titled Io Sogno, which literally translates to the words I am and consists of an immaterial
Look what they doing. What are they, mines? Why they gotta wear all white with pink gloves? This is damn, man. And they get, they're getting paid to do this. These are paid actors. They're paying to pretend as if there's something there. Even an idiot will be like, what the hell's going on?
sculpture which exists as energy particles in a vacuum. So basically,
Even Stevie Wonder will be like, I wonder what's here. Yeah, you guessed it. Nothing.
Nothing. According to the artist, his artwork must be displayed in a private room away from any obstruction that could potentially end up causing the invisible sculpture to tip over and break, or parts of it getting chipped off, cracked, and weathered. It also needs to be kept in an area that is about 5 feet long and 5 feet wide. Lighting and environment control are optional due to the fact that no one can see the work. So basically,
it's a Diddy party.
please clear a space in the corner of your room, carefully place a stool with the appropriate dimensions right there in the corner, and then if you're feeling up to it, you can also put a lamp close by just to add some lighting to the sculpture. And after you're done setting up your amazing artwork in the corner, the only people who will be able to see it are going to be the elite and enlightened of society. And
Excuse me. May I interject here, please? Yes. Put on my glasses and let you know. My name is Montgomery. That's right, Montgomery the Third. Montgomery the Third. And I'm one of the elite people who actually got the chance to enlighten myself with some delicacy in seeing this amazing, exquisite sculpture that I can touch, I can see, I can feel. Because guess what? Only the rich people can actually see it. You're just way too poor to acknowledge it. That's right. That's right. I'm just way too elite. Yes, so advanced. The sculpture was so exquisite. I could feel the atmosphere. I could feel the logistical atmosphere going inside of my lungs, inside and out. And I had the pockets to prove it. That's right. Very high end. Not on a slightly, but on a daily basis, baby, please.
the rest of us peasants can only just keep on arguing about the existence of this imaginary painting or sculpture or whatever it is on the internet.
SpongeBob said, imagination.
Did you know you can AFK?
I literally just had that inside my mind.
Go to
and then
boots.dev. We've known.
That boy told you.
Imagination. I can't do it. I'm sick. I tried to do it. I can't. This is what I get for being sick and trying to impersonate it. My gosh. All right, let's go.
More than a space full of energy. And even if we empty it and there is nothing left, according to the Heisenberg uncertainty.
Okay, what are they saying? However, the 67-year-old has defended himself by claiming the sculpture is more like a vacuum. A vacuum. So him describing it is more effort than what it actually is. So I'm going to read like him. You thought the glasses was gone? It just came back, people. Okay. Just make sure it's ready. The vacuum is nothing more than a space full of energy, and even if we empty it, and there's nothing left, according to the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, that nothing has weight, therefore it has energy that is condensed and transformed into particles that is into us. After all, don't we give shape to a god? A god we have never seen. Now I'm bringing up God. That's right. What's a king to a god? What's a god to a non-believer who don't believe in anything? No church in the wild. This guy's full of shiznicks.
The principle that nothing has a weight, therefore it has energy that is condensed and transformed.
I read it better than him, right? Let's move on.
There are multiple copies. Did the artist just create a loophole where his work could be duplicated?
Yeah, he literally grabbed that from his anus, and from his anus he took it out from a vacuum out of his anus and said that piece of crap.
multiple times without his
Crazy.
consent. I have a lot
18,000.
of questions.
You know, thinking
Since we
about it, that's
can't
kind of low if
physically
you
see
think
the
about it. Like, it
painting,
should have been
drawing, or
180,000. You
sculpture,
might as well
but we
just kind
just
of
believe
rip it a
it's
new
there,
one.
how
No
then
pun
can you
intended.
convince someone
Vacuum,
that can't
right?
see it to pay
Make it
for something that
180,000.
is
Make it
literally
18
and
million.
physically
18,000
not
is too
even
low.
there in the first place? So this is just peak gaslighting at this point, because I can't see how someone can get persuaded
Something that has absolutely nothing. He's gonna bring up God. I'm gonna bring up God, people. Oh wait, hold on. My glasses gotta come back on when I talk like this. That's right. Yes, yes. You see, this should be worth $18 trillion. Why? Because it's related to God. You believe in God even though you never seen him. But guess what? This sculpture is adjacent to God because God created air and air breathes through the sculpture. Therefore, it's priceless.
or just blatantly manipulated into paying for something they
Should be a
can't
lawyer.
physically see right
This is
in
the
front of
funniest
them.
thing
But
ever.
then you can argue that that is the entire concept of online
Tax
shopping,
write-off.
which for a
Get outta
fact works because there are reviews and you know that the product does exist and is coming from somewhere. But this art piece literally doesn't exist at all. It exists only in the mind of its.
This is absolutely worse than AI. A lot of people talk about AI. This is worse. There's nothing there. Is he saying anything else? Understand most people would struggle to recognize. Is this what he's saying? Because I'll read it like that. Okay. You guys want me to continue to read like this? Absolutely. Okay. Where is my escargot? Escargot. I have many Botticellis and Rembrandt's paintings in my backyard. Forget about Mona Lisa. I have Botticelli. Oh man. I have Picasso, Norman Rockwell. Understandably, most people would struggle to recognize an empty space as a legitimate work of art. Yes, yes. However, the invisible sculpture was originally valued at 6,000 to 9,000, around $6,698 to $10,044, and end up fetching 15,000 to 18,300 at Italian auction house in Artwright. The buyer received a certificate of authenticity along with a set of instructions. The instructions: do not touch, but always believe. According to Garu, the piece must be displayed in a private room within a clear, unobstructed space measured approximately 5 feet by 5 feet. That's right, people. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Take that, take that, take that, take that, take that.
18,000 euros, which is about 18,000 US dollars, at Italian instructions to place it in your home or wherever you intend to display it. And that it being nothing, literally air. How is this even real? If I were the buyer, I'd give him invisible currency. This is the type of guy to sell refrigerators to an Eskimo. If you ever thought that art isn't used for money laundering, well then what do you say after this?
Clearly money
This
laundering.
is called fraud.
Clearly.
I suppose something like this was inevitable. After that $120,000 banana duct tape to a wall, it just cements, in my opinion, just how delusional and kissed in.
With Google Play Games, you can play unlocked.
Get
Unlock
out of
rewards
here.
with Google Play
This
points.
is for the
So the more
Milan, and as you will expect, it looks as magnificent as every other single sculpture he has made. He also posted a video showing what the final installed sculpture looks like so we can all appreciate its beauty.
Hello everybody, I am the guy who created the sculpture. I put a lot of invisible blood, sweat, and tears. Even right now, as you guys can see, I struggled so much. Oh, it's been so long. People talk about Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel, how long that took him, to the point where when he pulled off the boots off of his feet, his skin peeled off with the residue. Well, guess what? Michelangelo has nothing on me. I did way more work than him any day, every night. beyond our space-time continuum. That's right. And I had a few escargot on top of that. Yes, yes. The finest, the finest high-end food you could possibly imagine while I worked so hard that you never can understand. So as I'm showing you the process here, you see all of the hard work, you see all those tiles. That's right, that's right. Gravity's pull had to be pushed away for my sculpture. Absolutely remarkable. Look at that. Absolutely remarkable. You know how long it took me to create that border and to tell the police officers and any of the people working that facility, do not step on the sculpture. Whatever you do, no graffiti, or you'll be fined $1 million. That's right. Look at all the visible people admiring my visible sculpture. Quite fascinating.
Italy. Now it exists and all sculptures and charge admission. The artist a hack, the buyer a fool, the salesman an intellectual giant, a masterpiece for the talentless. Oh boy, I certainly went into the wrong profession. Who knew I could have been a sculptor? Silly me. I actually thought that would mean you will have to know how to sculpt, not that you could just point at a space and say there is my sculpture. I guess whoever bought it never read the Emperor's New Clothes. Another one of his remarkable sculptures was installed at the New York Stock Exchange, and the art piece, which was titled Aphrodite Cries, also raised comments from people doubting the
Absolutely. This one was my second most hard work that I ever had to accomplish, as you guys can see here. So much hard work. Another fascinating, invisible blood, sweat, and tears. So much amount of gravity, so much work, the burden of carrying the sculpture and molding it, using all my invisible tools to carve it out, understanding the negative space. You see all that negative space, right? I was just full of negativity around me because I was full of peasants, full of poor people. I had to just really spread the positivity, spread good energy of pure, infinite energy that is invisible because it's only visible to rich people. And for peasants, you see nothing because that's what you get. Nothing because you make no money. Only the rich people can see it because all we see is dollar signs.
existence of any of his work. The art piece, like every other work of his, was marked by a white circle on the ground, which supposedly was where the artwork was installed for everyone to see. Under the caption of his video, he wrote a little poem for his art piece which explained its essence, thus giving it life metaphorically. You don't see me, but I exist. Right above this white round shape, I am Aphrodite, an intangible sculpture made of air.
Intangible sculpture made of air and spirit. You don't see the spirit because you're too poor. Rich people see the spirits because we're infinite.
Air and spirit. Feel my absence, which is a true existence. Still don't see me, and yet I am here.
I'm right in front of you. I'm always in front of you. But you don't understand me because you can't afford me. That's the ultimate price you have to pay. I'm not the delusional one. You are.
In front of you, and I cry because I am beauty and love, which is disappearing. I am your name.
I am beauty, love, and currency. And I am currently there, but you are currently unavailable because you can't afford me.
Give me the shape you want. Make sure I don't disappear altogether. At least make sure that my name remains. If you feel my presence, it means that you too are.
If you feel my presence, that's when you know you are on my tax bracket.
present. You exist. Inside or outside of this shape, you are the same as me. You are Aphrodite. You are beauty and love. Remember, it's really simple. Maybe too simple. Tomorrow when you think of me, you will think of yourself.
It seems like he put more work talking BS. What is he on? Like, seriously, what is he on? Like, he seems like he put more work talking about his description rather than the subject matter itself, because there's nothing there, right? It's just air.
This man is
joke.
such a philosopher and has to be called art.
Okay, I ain't reading all that.
And while a lot of people label his sculptures as modern art, which they all shame for being ridiculous, nonsensical, and void of any logic, other people have argued that his art is an intellectual exercise to challenge the universal question of what art truly means. I found this comment quite interesting, and it also raised a lot of other comments on Reddit. I'm a very literal person, so saying it is a sculpture.
I'm a very literal person, so saying let me get rid of this. All right, I'm a very literal person. Actually, you know what? You guys want me to continue with this, right? Right? Okay, I'll do it. Okay, I'm back. I'm a very literal person, so saying it's a sculpture, you can't see what it means. It is a physical thing, an artist sculpted, that though some means is invisible, and I mean physically sculpted, not metaphorically or philosophically. To me, while I have come around to a lot of modern art, I cannot accept this is art, because nothing and silence are not the artist's creation or something he has harnessed on an empty stage, but something that is experienced personally by everyone almost every day. It is an interesting conversation starter, but it is not a product in which money can be traded for ownership of. Therefore, you have no currency, and I am infinite.
Sculpture you can't see would mean it, but it is not a
Del cervello per conservare informazioni e immagini.
Do you understand? I am giving you the perfect translation. How much space do we have in our brains to store information and images? Oh. That is what you call a gotcha moment.
Mille immagini.
And thousands of images cancel each other out and fade away in the mind.
Si annullano,
right.
Sbiancano nella mente.
Yes. Every day we are hungry for more images than we can digest. So I am making artwork that is considered fasting. Therefore, I am not making you full, but I'm helping you, because there's so much information on social media and all over the world that you just need something that is a diet, something that will make you healthy, purity. You look at something and it's not there, so it's easily digestible. Now you get it. Now you get it.
Tutti I giorni siamo affamati di immagini che neanche riusciamo a masticare e digerire. Resta.
All that's left is nothingness. Nothing. Because in the end of the day, like pun intended, in the end of the day, the world will no longer exist. And what do we have? Nothing. So I created something that is beyond the world's structure. Emptiness, a void, a vacuum. Now you get it.
Il nulla.
Right.
Ecco la
This, as well as the absence of our flesh and blood and bodies from our human society, dominated by the pandemic. We're bringing up 2020 right here. And guess what? I got 2020 vision, because I'm rich and you're not.
materia che mi è stata congeniale per realizzare le mie sculture immateriali.
Absolutely.
Così come lo è stata l'assenza del nostro essere.
What's the material that inspired me to create this immaterial sculpture of nothingness? Think about Ryu when he had a dark Hygo, whatever it's called, the dark hideout inside of his body. When he mastered it, he got rid of the evil and went into purity, which is what? Nothingness. So I created a sculpture out of nothingness, which is the pinnacle of all art, which is no art.
Essere carne e ossa dal consorzio umano dominato dalla pandemia.
Invisible blood, sweat, and tears. So much work out of nothing. Delicate. I had to hire people to carry nothing. You know how hard it was for them to carry nothing? I had to pay them no money. Think about that.
Yeah.
I said it's close to God. So they prayed for money and wish I told them I'm no God. So I gave them no money.
The entire video is about 6 minutes long, so it's pretty short, and if you want to see the rest of the poem explaining his philosophy and his work, you should go watch the video on his YouTube channel. And while he poured his heart,
If you guys want me to do more reactions of this, just put it in the comment section down below or anything related to this. I find these entertaining and fun to react to.
Out in his video, people in the comments just replied saying he wasn't an artist at all.
No, you're wrong. I am beyond an artist. I'm an innovator. I'm an archetype. And you are too poor to see what I see.
Some other people on TikTok use his art as an example that you can literally achieve anything by believing in yourself and letting nothing stop you from achieving greatness.
Remember our guy Salvatore, who sold an invisible sculpture? These are some of the lessons that you can pick up on self-concept. One, nobody has to have done the idea that's going to make you successful. Nobody had ever.
I do not want to waste my time off of a peasant. I will show you what I've been working on currently. Let me put it to full view. So this is what I've been currently working on. Exclusive, by the way. Let me push this to the side and pull it out. Stay. I think I need the gloves. I need the gloves. Oh shit! Need the gloves. Other one. I don't want it to fall. You stay right there. Stay right there. The sculpture is heavy. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. This is what I've been working on, people. If you're rich, you can see it. If you're poor, you cannot. This weighs 75 pounds. And that was just on one side. I mean, the whole thing is probably 200 pounds, but this side alone tilted is 75 pounds. And right now there's still rectangular, still, a block, but I have to really chisel the whole entire thing. And this is going to take me some time. I'm going to put this in France next to the Eiffel Tower. So if you're rich, you see it, right? And we're going to put it next to one of those parties, when Diddy comes back, because ain't no party like a Diddy party. So let me put this back on the floor. Wow. And there you go, people. That right there is a $350,000 sculpture. That's right. Very, very difficult. Only the rich can understand.
Sold an invisible sculpture to get money as an artist. Okay? So the idea that you have, probably not. Remember, you are the creator.
Now, while I don't necessarily believe in trying to sell an invisible sculpture like Salvatore, I do think this encourages us to believe in ourselves and to be confident in our art and every other thing we believe in. So far, Salvatore is still making art and sharing his work on his social media accounts, and
It's just a tax write-off. Oh man.
aside from making art with his imagination, he also is a rather brilliant abstract painter and shares a lot of his paintings on his Instagram account. And for some rather funny reasons,
You see, the abstract painting are visibly shown for you peasants, but for the rich, the highest end, I make invisible art. If you don't see it, you don't believe it, but believe you me, you don't see it because you can't afford it.
he's also being sued for plagiarism by another person who also made art of nothing and claimed to have invented making sculptures out of nothing. Salvatore is
Let me get this straight. So he's being sued of making nothing because somebody else made nothing, so they suing them off of nothing. It's just getting to the point where Batman, Superman, Goku is more real than real life itself.
keeping his head up above the wavy waters of haters and is frantically kicking his feet up to stay afloat. So far he hasn't made any other invisible sculptures, but I'm curious to know what you think.
Oh man, let me read, because he's curious to know what people think in the comments. Guess what? I'm gonna read what people say in the comments. How about that? The Emperor's new clothes. Ha 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 ha. At this point, why do the rest of us even try? Soda Lorax was right about billionaires selling air. I'm actually going to lose it. I really want to see process where the rap. They want to see the rapidest shipment. Well, guess what? You won't, because it costs a lot of money. It's above your tax bracket. This is so stupid, but flawlessly executed. I'm not even mad. IRL NFT. I don't know what that is. The food they sell in rich restaurants. I'll read a few more. Honestly, that's hilarious. A statement to the fact rich people would buy literally anything. Guy made bull BS and he knows it. Kudos to him. Honestly, that's creative. You go, man. Great. They really need a private space for nothing. And I can't wait until someone claimed they stole the nothing, then demands 1 million to return it. I think the funniest part about it is that a guy is suing him because he created nothing first. That's crazy. Non-existent with a certificate of authenticity. Isn't that just an NFT? Did this guy make an offline NFT? At least NFT you had to put in some effort compared to absolutely nothing. I can't believe I'm saying this, but at least with AI, you're prompting a few stuff to make the outcome you need off of image generation. Image generate. Can't even say the word right now. Yeah, image generated images. There we go. Even the banana with duct tape is way more valuable paying than this. Yeah. It makes the banana with the duct tape more fancy, right? So we just doing donations at this point. Yeah, donate to me, people. You might as well, right? If you're gonna pay $18,000 for nothing. And I'll read one more. Should have added a watermark. How can you? That was funny. That was pretty funny, actually. So share your thoughts down below. Again, throw suggestions of videos you guys want me to react to in the future. This was fun to make. I laughed at myself. And I also do artwork as well that is not invisible, by the way. These are not invisible. That's when I was hiding my face, when I would transform myself, as you guys can see, into anime characters and different IPs out there. So throw suggestions of that as well. And also I have a second channel where I do a lot of like other interesting, original content rather than reaction videos. So always have that as a collaboration. So go check that out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.